Welcome back to the channel Black is One, where the agenda is to edify and unify the black race so that we can build and prosper. I'm still on the series of giving my profile on the different countries in the World Cup. You know, what is their relationship to us? And by us I mean black people, melanated people, black skinned people. What is their history with us? What is their present relationship? You know, in what context do we support them as our favorite teams or our favorite players? I've done a profile on, I've talked about France and Belgium, and today I'm going to be talking about Holland. I'm going to be talking about the Dutch. The Netherlands is on the cutting board today. They are under the microscope. Now, Holland weren't as thick in the slave trade as people like Britain and Spain and France and so on. Portugal and these countries. But it is said that about 5 to 6% of the slaves that came to the Caribbean were transported by the Dutch. You know, they didn't really operate any plantation per se. They were merely the traffickers and transporters. But the point is that they were involved. They benefited. They aided and abetted the depopulation and destruction of Africa and the black race. And back in Africa, I don't recall them having any colony, but they are the ones that are in South Africa. These white people that you see in South Africa, they are Dutch. They're from Holland. They came to South Africa as a rest stop on their way to India, I think. And to cut a long story short, this rest stop turned into a land stealing exercise. A killing spree of the natives, the black Africans that were living in the land. This rest stop turned into a forced labor exercise where the black people were forced to mine their own gold and diamond and ship off to Holland. These Dutch are the ones who became the Boers, who instituted this apartheid segregation regime. Now, when people hear apartheid, it doesn't conjure up a lot of emotion because apartheid is a loaded word. Some of the meaning get lost when you just say the word apartheid. But apartheid has to do with making prisoners of black South Africans, turning them into a underclass in their own country. When they talk about mass imprisonment, when they talk about extreme repression of black people, US-style segregation, killing black leaders and revolutionaries. Mandela spent 27 years in prison under the apartheid regime. Stephen Biko and many others who resisted this system met their demise. This system lasted from 1948 to 1994. 1994 is just the other day, historically speaking, and it only ended because of the relentless resistance of the African people and the fact that, you know, South Africa was coming under international pressure. Holland never apologized for these atrocities. They never compensated the black people. They never returned the lands stolen. Up to this day, 2022, the Dutch, the Boers, the white South Africans, they are like 10% of the population, and they are in control of some 70% of the best lands in the country. Under those circumstances, I would want somebody to explain to me how an African, a black person, a person with melanin can fly the Holland flag. I'm not saying that I will never fly the Holland flag. I'm not saying that I'll never cheer for the Dutch. But first we need to talk. Holland has to settle their account with us. Black is one. Live the revolution.